Hi, everyone out there. I'm Max and Janetta Jones, and thank you to this Wednesday's edition of BestPsychicSource.com. Yay! So I'm super excited. I have a special guest, and my special guest today is Pam. She's one of our awesome, lovely readers on BestPsychicSource.com. Have you guys registered on Best Psychic Source yet? Why not? You're missing out. So
You're missing me.
Okay. So while we're waiting for you guys to join us, and I'm sharing and Pam's sharing, so you don't miss us because we're just that fabulous.
Yes, darling.
So I'm going to ask the fabulous Pam to tell us something about herself. So tell us in Facebook land and Best Psychic Source land, tell us something about you, lovely lady.
So here's the thing. When people ask me to tell me something about themselves, it kind of opens up this big can of worms. So needless to say, mine comes out like this big can of butterflies and fairies and sprites and so forth, okay?
Nice.
But
you remember those cans from back in the day when you open it and stuff was just coming out to scare you? So
yes,
when you open your can, there are beautiful butterflies for transformation and all this loveliness, the sunshine. Oh.
That's right. That's right. But it still excites people. And I love my energy. That's what I'll tell you guys. I love my energy. You know, your frequency is your priority, and Pammy values her frequency to the fullest.
You go, girl. So while I'm sharing, so I'll be looking up and down at questions and things like that. While I'm sharing, tell me, this is like something people want to know. When did you first know that there was something extra going on? Or when did you know you had your superpower?
I will tell you this. I was so far engulfed in the dark that I was scared of everything. I was very afraid of other people, aggression, bullies. I was bullied a lot when I was younger. I had a lot of traumatic events happen that through middle school, through high school, put me in the dark, okay? So it wasn't until college, sophomore year, and people look at me like, well, how old are you then? But it wasn't until college of sophomore year that I was absolutely fed up of feeling whatever I felt, and I couldn't put things together.
Because to some people, tell us what you felt. Because, you know, a friend of mine was writing a psychic blog the other day, and he said to me, he said, this must be very painful for you. I'm like, what? Painful?
No.
I don't think it was all painful.
No, that's what I was alluding to. The thing that threw me off, that made me tap into some kind of superpower, is that even though I had low self-esteem, even though I had low self-worth, even though I thought I was undeserving of the finer things and certain loves, I was still a positive person. I still was a positive person. I was a nerd in school. So my mind was in the books. I just absorbed all this knowledge. I was still a very positive person. I was still captain of the pep squad. I was still, in leadership, but I was still in the dark. So the darkness was inside of me, not so much outside of me.
Dark, let's be clear. Okay. When you say dark, you were in the dark. What do you mean you were in the dark? What does that mean?
Because I was ran by fear and ran by external circumstances, external limitations, seeking love outside of myself. My father passed away when I was 6. He was shot in the head. He was murdered in the streets of Philly. And my mother was very young with 3 very young daughters, okay? So she reclused in her grieving process. I do not blame her for anything, but what it left me was alone, okay? And so when I say dark, I mean grasping for these lights of love, but outside of myself.
Right.
Okay? Not,
So with all this going on, when did your gift first appear, and how did it appear? Okay. How did you know?
It came through writing my book. Like, I can't say the same story as everybody else, like, oh my God, or as some other people rather. Like, there wasn't an experience that was so traumatic that it gave me, you know, I didn't have like an accident that knocked the senses into me or knocked them out of me. It was me working my way through this tunnel, outside, inside. Like, I kept going further inside of myself to find out who I was. And I started with affirmations. So honestly, the person who inspired me, because honestly, my first fear was of death because of my father not being here. Okay. So the death portion really freaked me out. Okay. Really freaked me out. That uncertainty of what happens to me. You know what I mean? After I leave here. And so my older sister actually gave me a Sylvia Brown book called The Other Side. And that was my first Lightworker book. And when I read it, it gave me clarity that resonated so well. But I still wasn't using my gifts until I was done writing my book. And I didn't finish writing.
First gift. So I just want to explain to the audience. What I'm asking is, did you notice that, was it your clairs? Was it your empath? Because I know that you have owl magic. And that's the ability to see in the dark and see in the light. And when I say that, guys, for her, it means that she has the ability to see where you have blocks, your very darkness, your fears. It doesn't mean that she's participating in the dark. Because sometimes people say, oh, just give me the light. We all have a light and a dark side, male and female, yin and yang, okay? And I don't think that people understand what we mean when we say the dark, the light. We think it's a scary.
And that's why I have you.
No. That's not the dark. Okay.
Yes.
So what was the first gift? Did you know?
My empathetic. It was my empath, because I was so, if you cried, I cried. And I felt why you were crying. I felt that pain. I felt that rejection. I felt that abandonment like it was me. And you can say I've had that always. Let's retract some of what I said now that I think about it.
I want to say this. Yes, you are a high level empath, but there are touches of you that are telepathic. Am I right? Okay. So with that being said, that just makes this interview so much easier. Can I just tell you? Okay. Can I let you know, girl? It makes it easy. So, all right. So let me say this. There's some things that we're going to get in it today. Okay. We're going to get in it today. So let me say this. In certain countries, we're here, and in certain countries across the pond, across the water, the empathic gift is actually added on to the clair sentience, that those two things are added. So although you noticed your ability to feel emotion or pick up other people's emotions, do you now still feel that was the first gift that came? Because for me, I feel like it was your ability to hear, your clairaudience side. Is that right?
Well, it had to be, but I would never, the reason why I say it had to be, because something divine had to whisper to me, to say that I mattered, to say, it could, it could have been an angel, it could have been my father, could have been anyone.
You're hearing voices and you're like, no.
Yes.
Because I get that you acknowledged your empath side, but from where my guardian is saying no, it was your ears. You heard things first, like people talking to you. So but before your father, a part of you knew your father was not going to be with you forever. Okay. And that was the empathic part, because it seems like a female, someone you knew told you. So you were aware of who you were way before, right?
And I would agree, because ironically enough, none of my depression, none of my low self-worth was like, why isn't my father here? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because that depression was Because I think that depression started before, correct?
Mhm.
She knew.
Mhm.
She knew.
Mhm. And that's why I love us, and that's what I want everybody to know, is that we are giving each other pieces of each other through each other, and that's why I value Max, everybody, because it happens to us
We're
all
gonna
the time.
have big fun today. Yes.
Yes.
So I'm going to look at the audience and look at the question. I want to give this out to Barry Bing, John.
Yes, I
Stewart,
actually have the
watching
video too
Barry,
up, which is amazing.
everyone.
So weird how I can look on my phone and check things out too.
Yes.
But I'm
So
not going to focus on that.
I'm
I
going
just want
to
to make sure I shared it, and it looks like I did.
put this out here. Guys, if you have any questions at all, please share. But we are also going to make our lovely, lovely lady available to you after the show. You can go into Best Psychic Source and you can hit her up, and I'll be joining her shortly after. I think I have it 12 to 1, but I'll still be on there with you having a little fun. So guys, share the feed, register for Best Psychic Source. Just by registering, okay, you're going to receive money towards your call or for your call, depending on which reading you take. So I know with me, if you just by registering, you will get 5 minutes free with me. Yay! So we're gonna have some fun today. So welcome, 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 all you guys. I know you guys are out there sharing on your favorite pages. And thank God for all the pages and stuff out there, which brings to mind something very important because we are both Facebook fans and Instagram and blah, 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 and all this other wonderful stuff. Please tell me, dear sister, when you're on Facebook, perusing through, and you go to the free pages where people want free readings, what are your thoughts on that?
My first thought is that sometimes, and let me make sure I understand your question.
What do you
People, as in our audience, want free readings.
Yes, they
Free.
want to write down. They send you messages and they ask you questions and they want you to give them stuff for free. What are your thoughts on that? And what are your thoughts on all the readers that are giving out free readings?
Thank you, because that's what I was about to address first. I like, for example, in my live, I pull one card. I give one carders for like 5 lucky folks. But understand, one thing that I learned is that things of value do come free, but most times you have to have an energetic exchange for it.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that energetic exchange is your offering for my offering of my energy, to give you clarity, to give you peace, to tap into your energy, because it is literally, when I say it's an exchange, it's taking from me, it's taking my light.
Yes.
Okay, you might not be walking away with something that you can hold, but it changes your life forever when someone gives you clarity.
But do you think that they value the free readings? Do you think it's something that they value? Because this is a little different, because we are here saying to you, you're sharing. And by sharing, you're physically doing an exchange. If you share the feed, you're doing something. You're getting our word out there, our message. Okay? Because as light workers, we have to spread the light in many places as we can. We're like
Yes.
a little hermit card, walking with our little lantern, shining the light to everyone. So they're doing something. You're physically doing something. You're sharing. We're giving you a chance to try it. So we're not saying, hey, I'm the greatest thing. You need to try me. We're saying, I love you and I'm great. And here's money to try me. So
That's right.
It's
Especially with synchronization happening, you're going to be synced up with the people who are to give you your messages. So that's a gift in itself. It's like the least that you can do is offer what you can in an exchange. And to be honest, everybody, money is not the highest form of exchange.
No, it is
so
not. It's not.
So
while we're chatting, I'm going to say to you guys out there and to share on your favorite pages. And I want to see a show of red or blue hearts or thumbs for all of you cats out there who have already registered for Best Psychic Source. And also, if you have a friend, okay, because we all have a friend. Well,
Yes, we do.
have friends. We all have friends out there who are asking us the same thing over and over again. And for those of you cats out there that aren't psychic and your best friend is asking you the same thing over and over again, whether it's about Johnny, Billy, the next door neighbor, the same thing and not doing anything, write their name in the feed and say, look, sister, look, brother, come over here. Stop asking me the same thing over and over again. Get you
Ask her.
help for free. Because readings start at a very small amount and then they go up depending on how much time. And you ever send somebody your prices, they say, how much do you charge for a reading? Or they call you and they say, how much do you charge for a reading? And you start like at 20, 30, and you go on, oh, I can't afford that. What is that about? What are your thoughts on that?
You know what? It perplexes me because everybody just spent who knows how much on these material items for Christmas.
Yes, the phone.
And the kids ain't playing with them toys no more. Okay? Mm-hmm. And the jeans that you brought that were $45 because they were somebody's name on them, they're not going to give you clarity.
Do you get my point? And thank you guys for the red hearts out there. And for those who have red hearts, go to BestPsychicSource.com right now and register. And we will give you money towards your call. You get 5 minutes free. 5 minutes free with me.
And 5 minutes is a long time.
5 minutes, I can tell you a lot of stuff, okay? Jump on in there and tap in. So, but, you know, that's how we do it, right, girl? So you're also a life coach.
Oh, yes. Oh, I rep it so much. Like if I had a t-shirt that said Lightworker right here, right here, right here, you know, that it's me. Understand, not all light workers work publicly. You know what I mean? Some people do their light work from their home, from their place of comfort. And I'm not one of those people.
No.
Okay?
No, I feel like that chick on Steve Harvey or one of those things. She's like, I got the gift and I got to use it.
That's right.
Sometimes the way that our guardians work, because you have Raven in you too, isn't that little magical Raven? You pass someone and they be like, no, you gotta tell this person something. You're like, and your guardian's like, yo, yeah, that's what we want you to do.
Do it. They go like this. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Or they appear big to you for some reason, like they went 3D, and you're just like, that ain't happening. But you got
it's, and you know what? That's what ended my last relationship.
What happened?
It's a funny quick story. I get inbox proposals every once in a while. Everybody knows what that's like. Not everybody. Yes, like through the instant messenger, Pam, will you marry me? But you know what I mean. So
I did not, Pam, because see, you get it occasionally, so you're good. Let me tell you something, okay? In the last 30 days, I've had 60 male friend requests on my Facebook, okay? And they're like, God has sent me to you. No, he didn't, because you're not on my path, okay?
That's right.
No, he didn't. They'll say, well, they'll block me. They get mad. So I know that that's a problem. How did you handle your situation?
With peace. You know why? Because I saw it coming 6 months prior. Mm-hmm. I saw the drop. And so when it happened and it was over somebody who was catfishing me, who I knew I had a message to give to, and that was the only reason why I entertained his message. But my ex saw it and assumed that there was some negligence of our relationship. And I just said, you know what, angels, this has got to be it. You know it. Yep, time is up. Time is up.
Okay, and clock going off. Ding, 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 ding.
Because I had to tell him, Max, our messages, we're like undercovers, okay? There's a certain way that we have to deliver our message like chameleons so that it resonates with you, so that it sits on your heart. And it's not going to be the way everybody else has been telling you this. Do you see what I'm saying? It's not going to be the way that you've been getting the message anywhere else, or else you'd be doing it. So when you run into people like us, I have to tell you the way I have to tell you. And it's not hurtful because I am love. It's just very direct. You
And
see
it's
what I'm saying? So
be purple. You know, it is what it is.
that's
But
right.
it was his time to go. It's time to go. But I know how you feel because I was laughing with my best friend, Kim, and I was saying to her, I said, in the last 30 days, you know, people, they send you a message, tell me about yourself. Wait a minute. I didn't set myself up for an interview. You set yourself up for an interview. I'm just not interviewing right now. And
That's right.
or I'll say I can just be a friend, and that doesn't, you know. And I say, and for those of them that are catfishing with bad pages, or I'm like, what? Did you not see who we are? Come on now. And they're like, block
Or
them.
they don't see and they don't expect it. And that's the message that they need to get, is that you need to stop catfishing and own everything you are. Stop, no matter what happened. Turns out his wife died 2 years prior,
Mm-hmm.
right? So he wasn't really ready to embrace his face anymore. And that's what I needed to tell him. Put your false face down,
And
as something is moving my phone.
but sometimes you don't want to give the messages that you have to give. So,
I have to do
right, so we're going to answer a few questions, and we're going to go deep. So if you want a question right now, and I'm going to tell you, I'm not answering you. If you say, give me a reading, we're going to skip over you. Go to source.com and get a reading. Take your $10, register, and it's all good.
Take your free money. Take your free money.
Because why is it that people think that free money is so scary? What is that?
It's honestly, it has nothing to do with the money. And are you ready for your message? Because we're literally giving you the avenue to get it.
But sometimes people aren't ready for their message. Okay? Sometimes they're
Right.
So during your interview process with BPS, was it me? I think you did me. I think so.
I honestly, it was Kim, and she had an administrative assistant. No, her
Oh,
secretary.
good. Good. It wasn't me. Woo! I was like, I can't remember. But so, guys, I want you to remember that along with being psychic, and empath, and clairvoyant, and a telepath, um, ask your question. Because if you don't ask your question and be clear as to what you want, this young lady right here is just going to jump to what you need or what God is saying. So I am giving you the opportunity to search yourself and ask your question that you want or that you need. But if it's not the right question, don't be shocked if our PM here just jumps right on over.
Yep.
You are asking because you want to be shy and give you what you need, because
That's right.
okay?
I have to say what comes out of my mouth. Your intuition is everything.
So,
And when you start gaining your awareness, your thoughts slow down.
mhm.
You have to listen to them. You have to
So,
listen to them.
as you guys build a list of what you want, John Red Eagle is in the audience.
John! Oh my God, what's up? I love John.
Yes, Alexandra Graham. It is really free, Alexandra Graham. 5 minutes, $10.
That's right.
$10 a minute. And some people are charging $1.50 a minute. So you get more than 5 minutes at $1.50
Yeah.
a minute. So yes, Mrs. Graham, Alexandra Graham, it is absolutely free. Hello, Regina Longo. Loretta, I saw that comment about me earlier.
You guys are awesome.
Lovey, thank you. So everybody's out there sharing to their favorite pages. Please start me a list once you post that you have shared, right? Shared, and then your question. For those of you we don't get to, please go to bestpsychicsource.com and register. You will receive your absolutely free, no strings attached, $10. Please find a reader that you can apply that to. And for some of you, all you guys out there with the red circles or the red hearts, you haven't used your money yet, and we're waiting to talk to you. So let's have some fun. So,
Yeah, because we're going to entertain ourselves in the meantime.
so how are you doing your questions today? Are you pulling cards for people depending on their questions? How are we rolling out today? Are we doing?
I was inclined to, and this is even with, my hub and Best Psychic Source. I have been very heavily using the power of surrender for the general population, because if there is something that needs clarity in your life, there's something that you're holding on to. And so when you're holding on to it, there needs to be a surrendering. And when you surrender, you create all the space for what that clarity brings, all that new, all that transformation, all that love, all that is, that everything is that you want, you're going to call into your life. But that is when you release what no longer serves you. So if you have a specific question, that's fine. But honestly, these things have been in my last 4 lives very, 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 very relevant for people, because I mean, everybody's at their residue. And what I mean is you've been working on yourself, but now it's things that you haven't always been conscious about, you know what I mean, that you're still holding on to. And so these cards are much like the picture. They bring light to what you could be surrendering, what you could be releasing. So you could just ask me for a surrender card. If you can't think of a specific question, that's okay. Sometimes it's just intimidating to try to put, like when I first started, I used to want to, I didn't really get readings, but I used to talk to a couple of people, and it was like, oh my God, like going to the Mind, Body, and Spirit Expos. How do I just ask one question? Oh my God, I only get one opportunity. What if I don't ask the right question? When you could very well just say, you know, what do I need to surrender? And via the Oracle card, you will get just what you're supposed to get. But this deck has been extremely relevant for the energies right now, because you're ready for your transformation. You can feel it, but there's something in between you and it. And like Max said, I can see through all of you and right to your light every single time. Every single time I see exactly where you want to be. I know exactly how you can get there. And that's what also makes me a transformational coach.
That's
you know,
right. It's transformational. What she's doing is changing your old belief system. Because I try to teach people all the time is that there is free will and then there's destiny. And sometimes in our culture, we call it free will and God's will. But you can call it free will and destiny. You can call it free will and fate. You can, but just know that there's a difference. People say, oh, well, you always have free will. Can I just say to you guys, can I just say to you, free will mess you up because you're constantly going against something that you signed up for. You know, and especially in a positive way, because we are impatient. We want it right now. And we get to this place. What I'm saying to you guys today, Pamela wants to help you see your block. Okay? She's going to help you see your block and how to move forward or hurdle over it or jump through it or knock
or
it
smash through it, whatever it takes. Bust it down.
Like they say back in the day. What was that song we used to say? Knock the devil down or something like that. Get out of the way. Or as Ludacris would say, move. Get out the way.
Get out the way. Get out the way. Get out the way. Look, Max. Move. Block. Get out the way. Get out the way.
So it's a fight to get to where. That's a song for today, okay?
Move, block, get out the way. Get
lights out.
So yes, if you guys are out there and you are racking your brain, trying to figure out a question, just ask for a surrender card, but make sure you register, make sure you like our page, and make sure you share the feed. And you guys do that with the most mundane things on Facebook, so I know you can do it for something that matters, okay?
So all you have to do is post. Oh yes, Stacy Lewis Smith is out there. See my lovely ring. Thank you, Stacy.
I know it's beautiful. You know I've seen that.
Okay, because we have the same taste. Go girl. So this is Stacy Lewis Smith original things. All right. Okay, guys. So, all right. Once you have shared in the feed, and let me know that you registered. So shared, registered, and then you're next. So while I'm going to have the beautiful Pam pull a card for me, but while she's pulling a card for me, please shared, registered, and then your question. So make sure you've registered, shared, and then your question. Those are the 3 things that I need. I need you to mark if you shared, okay? I need you to mark if you've registered on BestPsychicSource.com, and I need you to ask your question. Ask your question. So just 3 things will get you closer to God.
And just know that I'm just being told that there's nothing to be afraid of, y'all. All you're gonna get is different, and when you do different, you get different. And so if you've been asking for change, understand that the unknown is not a dark place. It's not something that you're like, oh my God, I don't know what's gonna happen to me. The point is, you're gonna open yourself up to set your intent, so you know what's gonna happen to you. So you feed what's gonna happen to you. But you have to move beyond these places where, you know, something is holding you back. You guys are holding yourselves back from yourself. Mm-hmm. And so that's why we're here, is to help you enjoy this life while you're here. This life is not supposed to be a struggle, okay? No, and you know what I mean. I'm talking about 2018 5D all day, every day. And
because I understand, I always say when I post, when I start going to the gym, I say the struggle is real. That's not
struggle. That's what I'm saying. It's all in your perception. The struggle is your growth. And if you have a perceptual shift in that, you start to embrace all your struggle. Every time something happens, you're like, yes, I grew 10 more points today. You know, like you start to have a different outlook on your life when you understand the things that are happening from an eagle's eye point of view, instead of emotionally engulfed in it.
The unknown, I have a young lady that says, Amanda Sewell, she says the unknown is beautiful. The unknown is beautiful depending if you're in a place of being. But sometimes the unknown is not beautiful if it's based on your fear. So if that unknown gives you fear and anxiety and all that other stuff, no, call Pam, okay?
That's right.
Go on to BPS, BestPsychicSource.com, look up Pam, and if she's not available, leave her a message like, girl, you need to get on here.
Hey, and sometimes the unknown is beautiful, and yet you get inundated because you learn that you have all of these options. Mm-hmm. And so sometimes you still reach out to us because we're going to help you through that. Like some people are stuck on perfectionism that they don't move forward, you know? So
yeah. You know what I had to say to a client last night? She's like, I don't want to do this because I don't know if it's what I want to do. Did you try it? How do you know? You're on that rat race in your mind. You got to try something. And then if you try it, you say, I don't like it, then try something else. So, all right, guys. So, I get my card, then it's on with.
Yes. Next, we got our card. So, surrender to your soul's path.
Yes.
So it says your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment. Maxie, you guys, has put tidal waves of love throughout her lifetime. So she's, screw an eagle's eye view. She has a universally cosmic perspective. And I hold that too. You know, hers is more refined because of the experience, and you've owned all of those. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And like you're saying, the experience is not all sunshine and rainbows.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It is a journey.
That's right. That's right.
And sometimes even we don't surrender to our soul's journey, and even though we're on it, and I would say my card is absolutely correct, because I'm on my path, but sometimes things happen on my path, and I'm like, really, Jesus? Okay, I don't believe you. I gotta go talk to God. Really, God? What is this? And that's where I'm at. Okay, but I remember I was training a client one day, and the client was talking to my ancient grandmother, and so I said, could you ask her, because I was like a tad before being hungry. You guys out there, you guys know how I get when I get hungry. So I said to my client, I said, well, could you ask my grandmother why she put me on this path? My grandmother said, I heard it. When she said it to my client, I heard it too. She said, I didn't put her on this path. She put herself on this path. This is the road less traveled. And that's where you put yourself. And she showed me a picture. My grandmother showed me, even though she was talking to my client, she showed me a picture of the road that I was on. And I looked up and I seen this highway for all these people. And I looked at my road and she said, you can change. I was like, oh, no, 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 no way. On the road less traveled. And when you're on the road less traveled, people are going to throw things at you. And that's what happened to you during college and writing and all of the things people were, because do you really want it? If you really want to manifest what you want in your life, you got to get up and get it.
That's right.
And sometimes we are fortunate because we don't do all this on our own. We are fortunate to have a best friend or someone to pick us. Get it.
Or your guides. That's the thing about it. Like everything around you is such loving, supportive. Like I did a live where I did this analogy where like our angels and our guides around us are literally like tapping their toes. Like, so whenever you're ready to ask for help, you know, whenever you're ready to ask for guidance, we're here. You know, I really think they're underutilized, to be honest with you.
Team of people and a best friend, because I was just so we're going to jump to Glenda Jackson.
Say the first name again.
Glenda Jackson.
Glenda
Jackson. She's registered and she shared. So she doesn't have a question, but she has registered and shared. So right now we are talking about Glenda Jackson, folks. Please register, share, and tell us you're ready. So Glenda, you're up. So what do you have for Glenda Jackson?
And you know what's so, just to share, I can feel energy shift when it's connected. And I share those things because there's so much that is unknown to those who are still tapping into themselves on the inside. So Linda, we are connected, darling. We are connected, darling. Oh, ooh, Linda. I could do this all day long, you guys. It's just, that's my best part is when I pick the card. So, surrender your need to always be right. Okay, Linda, like that has gotten you far and it has kept you exactly where you needed to be to sustain yourself. But like we're saying, there's some, you have to allow other people to be right sometimes, because when that happens, you grow. You understand? So it says, give others the gift of letting them be right. You know, be yielding and not rigid is like, you look, even if you are absolutely right sometimes, you play pivotal roles in people's lives around you. You know, everybody knows that you already know. So sometimes they want you to give them, they want you to listen, they want you to give them something other than the answer. Mm-hmm. This is going to help resolve conflicts and improve your relationship. So if you're at odds end, or much like everybody else, where people are showing their true colors, and hold on, people's messages are blocking me. So people are showing their true colors right now. You just know that you're not the only one. Okay, but to make this process of people falling away that don't no longer serve your energy easier, just, you know, don't push through these conflicts. Look at a person, see if they're showing you who they are. If you wanted them to change because you know you're right. For example, if you know somebody should make a health change because you can kind of feel what it's doing to them. You can see it and you know you're right. Maybe your profession is something like, you know you're right. It doesn't matter. Sometimes people are on their own journeys and you have to respect that. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I used to be the same way. Like my sisters totally called me a know-it-all. Like, oh my God, I didn't ask you for the answer, Pam. Okay. Sometimes you just need to be support. Sometimes you just need to send love. And then sometimes you need to let people exit out of your life. Okay. Because they're taking your energy. And if you keep telling people these things and they're not listening to you, then guess what? They're not going to change. People don't have to change because you're giving them the answer, Linda. You understand? Like you're giving them the seed that they need for when they're ready to invite the change in their life. But until then, you have to accept or not accept whether or not that's something you still want to deal with, because when you deal with it, it does not make you feel good. Okay? And that is called when people take your energy. And
So
because you're so loving, oh, I'm sorry, Maxie, go ahead.
that's okay. I know you. I know how you're rolling. So let's get a little feedback. Linda Jackson, are you out there? Can you tell us why you have the need to be right? Because that's something within itself, right, life coach? Why do you need to be right? I always say to people, what do you need to validate within yourself to say that I'm right, you're wrong? You know,
And
that
what is right and wrong? What
yeah,
is it?
because again, as coaches, we know it's based on core beliefs. What is right for us, and I say us because we both have that Raven Crow thing going on. What is right for us may not be right for you. So, Glenda Jackson, get back to us and let us know where you are with your need to be right or debate or to be validated. Because I know that this comes from not being heard, but let's hear it in her words. So
Yes.
I'm going to go on. I want to read something from Stacy Lewis.
Okay, Stacy.
Find it. She shared, and Stacy said, been gradually meeting my guides and working on communication with them. Ancestors keep coming up with me, and I wonder if the guide I most recently met during meditation is an ancestor. Is he or she Celtic? So she's asking you a question about her guides. So she's actively meeting with her guides and everything. And she just met a guide. And she said, is she Celtic? So the guide that she just met, is that guide Celtic or not?
You know, my first implication is yes, because it's your intuition, and you're going to start embracing that more. You asked me, but because the thought comes to you first, and of all the different kinds of possibilities, and I'm telling you this for a reason, so that thereafter you can know between the guides and what you hear that it is genuine, that it's your first thought. So if it is what comes up out of you and through you and to you from divinity, then it is exactly that. Okay? And you have to start trusting that more and more and more and more, because they're excited that you're ready to actually interact.
To honor her contract. And even though it's a female Celtic guardian, it just has a stronger presence, more male, but it is female, but it just has a stronger male presence. And that talks about, honoring that third root chakra, how you interact with the world, that yellow presence.
And it's also embracing your light. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's where your light sits. So, and that's where you can tap in by doing that. So if you could, wear yellow, citrine, that'll help too, but mostly yourself, getting quiet.
Yeah. So I'm going to say this. Glenda has gotten back to us. I see you guys are posting in the feed, me, and I get it. Me. I get it. I totally get it. But you must register. Go to BestPsychicSource.com and register. Ding, number one. Number two, you need to share the feed. And number three, you need to say that you're ready. So if you have shared, registered, let us know when you're ready. But please put in your feed, shared, registered, ready, in your next.
So you can say me all day long, but we need to
share. I got to take it back to kindergarten, okay? You want your milk and cookies? Yes. And as Serapis said, we were giving you $10 for a reading. That's 5 minutes. 5 minutes free. Or a little bit more.
And as you guys can see, we were able to tell Linda what she needed to know and how much time?
5 minutes. Okay, so Glenda has gotten back to us. So Glenda, hey Glenda, I'm going to read your response, but I'm going to say this to you. 1 second. Glenda, look up Pam for a little life coaching because you're going to need it, and you'll see what I mean. It says what Pam said was spot on. So Pam, you're spot on. Thank you for the reading. I'm in a place where I'm needing to let go of my thoughts regarding someone else instead of allowing them to be who they are. Absolutely. You have acknowledged that. But now you have to take it a step forward. You're in a place, but there is not enough action forward. So please, please, you've registered. Take that time to sit with Pam to go further, because there is more that needs to be done. There's going to be something that's coming for you that's great in April, but you need to move forward. And I know you got her. I know you got her, girl. So Seraphis, John Red Eagle, and a few other cats are out there. I'm posting in the feed. Stacy Lewis.
I know. I'm in the feed now. I didn't know I could do this. Don't you just have to love technology sometimes, guys.
Stacy Lewis Smith says, thank you very much. I know they are. She's very excited. That was the last young lady that you answered a question for.
And she said she just got an intuitive piece of jewelry made of yellow. Oh, we do for a reason, baby girl. You know what I mean? Honestly, Stacy, I mean, you're kind of ready to fly. You know what I mean? You're ready to soar. So just own all of the goddess that sits in you. You know, your ear is so keen, you can't negate that. You know. So, and Glenda, I need everybody to understand this. I said this in my live last night. You are not the only one. Okay? Like, it might seem like things are happening to everybody that's like, why me? But it's why us, everyone. We are a collective. Okay? Everyone is moving through the same processes of shedding people, places, situations that no longer serve them. And you know it by how you feel. And you know it because of no matter how much you try to resonate, no matter how much you try to send some love or whatever the case is, certain people will always be themselves. And you have to delineate the taker from the energy exchanger. Okay? And when you're a person that gives this love so much, then you have to recognize when it's being taken. I didn't know for years. It wasn't until like one of my first exes who could see, because usually the fellas I talked to, they did not have abilities. But this was the first one who did, and he said, Pam, you're taking from me. And I didn't understand it. I was like, what do you mean I'm taking from you? And it wasn't until like a year later that it really resonated that I was taking his affection. Now, mind you, I was giving it back, but that didn't mean he wanted it. He wanted it. You see what I'm saying? A whole Gemini, y'all. All right. So go register, because I have plenty more of these. Oh my God. Okay, Nicole. Is Nicole ready?
Yes, Nicole is ready. I just want to address one thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Because the feed is moving so quickly. Okay. So, you guys, if you look in the feed, you'll see some of our helpers out there sharing and doing things. Do you see Amanda Sewell in the reading? She says her whole life has been hard. And I know it's a matter of perspective. So
Amanda did comment. I see that. She shared, registered, and ready. Amanda Sewell?
I want to get with Amanda. It says, I need help getting over my block. I think my block is self-love. I need to learn and get my power back. Amanda, we're going to jump to you, but I am going to say that Pam and I, we're both life coaches. Please seek one of us out so that we can help you. Let's go a little bit deeper than a reading, because your whole life needs to shift. So I'm going to let Pam pull a card for you.
Oh, the cards have pulled themselves for Amanda.
Whoa.
Boom. You guys?
That's how we get down today. So I'm going to let Pam give you a little, Amanda, but I want you to go meet with her and invest some time with her, at least 4 sessions, to change and shift some things, because transformation takes time. And maybe because I'm native, our numbers are 3, 7, 11, and 13. But I know if you sit with Pam 4 times and get some true deep coaching, you're going to heal some wounds. That's
yes. And the reason why she was synced with me is because I did what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Understand? Some people are just born with their gifts and they're born with it. But I had to find my love. I had to find, my book is called Selfie Love, Amanda. Okay.
Misery if you don't address it. That's number 1. So before we get to Amanda, number 2, I know a lot of you guys are out there. You want to work with your gifts. We are doing online spiritual coaching. Please leave your name in the feed. It just says spiritual coaching, and I will get back to you. I promise. Put your name in the feed, spiritual coaching. We're going to have an online class that is going to be very inexpensive in nice groups, and Pam is volunteering to help, even though she doesn't know that yet, but I am going to say that, you know, we have spiritual coaches and Pam's going to be one of them.
Yeah.
We're going to do group sessions. So all of you that are posting that you need a spiritual coach, we got you covered. It's going to be in groups and you're going to love it. So,
and it's not that I didn't know by what means, because I had been told that mentorship is coming, you know, direct mentorship is coming.
Pam, I got to tell you something about me, okay? And I know John and all you guys are out there are going to say something smart, okay? I will volunteer you for stuff and let you know maybe an hour before, but like, no, this is what you're doing. Okay? This is what we're doing. We teaching these people today. Now, collect afterwards, but we teaching today, okay?
That's right.
So,
that's right.
Even though you knew, when I say she didn't know, I mean, she didn't know I was going to throw her under the bus on the show and say, this is what we doing. We teach it.
Oh, you mean push me in the light? Ain't no more buses in my life. That was corporate life. You mean push me in the light, okay?
Push you deeper in. So let's get Amanda. Let's help Amanda out.
All right. So, number one, this is going to be quick, Amanda. Surrender to non-action. I know you're in a place where you feel like you have to do something. You have to do something. But right now, you just need to be. You have to fill out how you feel about yourself. You have to come to terms with a lot of things. And that's why the second card that popped out was surrender to fear. Mm-hmm. And that is the very first thing that I had to do when I started my journey into the most beautiful self-love experience ever. Okay, I had to surrender to fear. I had to let go of fearful stories that you're telling yourself. Mm-hmm. You understand? And a lot of that is coming outside of you. You know, you're probably one of those affected by what's going on in the news. Stop watching it. Okay? Like, don't feed yourself with things just because you're so-called uncertain about things. You know, you're convoluting, but I guess a better word. You're cluttering yourself with and compounding fear on top of fear on top of fear. And at the very end of the day, if you just sit still, you'll start to notice that you're putting them on yourself. Mm-hmm. And so just as easily as you put them on, guess what? You can take it off. You can take it off. You can take it off.
See, people don't understand it's so easy to take things off and just not repeat bad behavior. So Amanda, I want you to let us know how you sit with what you just heard. And again, guys, I see you posting for the spiritual.
She said, OMG, I told my hubby last night I had to lose the fear. You get a dance. And I mean, you get a dance. Okay,
so,
like.
I hope to see your name in the feed for the spiritual coaching. Okay, because a lot of people have low self-esteem. And in order to use your gift, you have to strip down to the bone. The
Absolutely.
Way we call it the Lord of Transformation. You guys call it Jesus Christ. But you need to strip down to the very bone. You need to strip down to nothing, like being in a house of poverty. I have nothing. I want nothing. I just want to serve.
Let me just say, Amanda, Pammy has been stripped down. Mm-hmm. Down. Okay. To nothing. And it was with my nothing that I found out that I had everything. Mm-hmm. Okay. So just understand that. And second of all, the reason why she's suggesting is a coaching is because of the chatter and the thoughts. You know what I mean? The chatter and the thoughts. We are built, manufactured, and configured to help give you what you need and the amount that you need it. Like, I can see the lights, so I can see the finish line. And I know how much to give you, at what degree to give you it, so that it sits and processes.
Because everything spiritual has to make sense like it does in the real world.
Yes.
You are a seed. You are in seed state. Let us water you and shine some light on you and send you out to the masses. Right, girl? Get it, girl. Girl. So, all right, guys. while we're having fun, remember, you need to share and register. Okay? This is the only time that you're going to be given something that doesn't blow up. Okay? We're asking you to share the feed on your favorite page, register on Best Psychic Source, and let us know that you've done that and you're next. I'm going to go through the feed, and Pam and I are going to go through the feed, and we're going to get the next, I like to say victim, but you're not a victim, but it's just always funny to me to say you're not.
I know. It's just because we have humor, guys. Like, humor is the most amazing thing ever. Humor will get you through some of the thickest times when you have perspective. And that's another thing that we specialize in, especially me. Like, I specialize so much in it that the acronym is my name, the Perceptual Adjustment Method. And somehow it's Pam, okay? Like, that is everything. When you're able to get to a point where you're able to step outside your circumstances, and that takes work, okay? That's what sessions are for. When you're able to step outside your circumstances, you have a perception that changes your life forever. Every move that you make.
Look, Pam, look in the feed. Do you see those people in the feed talking about some? Yes, Max does it all the time. Let you know you're going to do.
Yes. Oh no, I saw it because John shouted you out.
I was looking at John and Regina and people like, oh, and Serena, you're next. Okay, you are next. I see you said something slick like John and Regina, so now I'm coming for you.
All right. So Serena is good to go?
Yes, Serena is good to go, okay? Because she had to
Serena, you put ladybugs for me? They follow me everywhere. Oh God, love to you. I can't believe you gave me ladybugs. Thank you.
But you still
literally
you're still next, Serena, because you jumped on the bus with John and Regina. So
okay.
Give it to her.
Sarina. That's such a beautiful name, by the way.
It's like a song.
Okay, Serena. So yours jumped out too. Oh, these cards are so beautiful. Surrender to wonder and awe. Okay? You can see the heat's behind her, but it's balanced. Okay? And that is, it says, open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in life. This attitude will help you stay connected. So this is just like what I was saying, to sharpen up your perception so that you're looking at the synchronicity of everything. No matter how it comes off, no matter what it looks like, you're noticing the synchronicities of how things are unfolding for you. You know, start to let go of how this is going to happen for me. I don't know how I can do this. I don't know how this will ever work. I don't know how I can ever get to these points. That's not for you to ever have to figure out. You know, if you set your intent with a project or a relationship or whatever the case is, if you set your intent that it's something that your heart wants, all you have to do is keep existing. And when I say that, I mean just be you. Just be you, because things are unfolding around you because of the belief that you have in what it is that you want. So when it says surrender to wonder and awe, that means miracles. Miracles every day are happening to you. Okay, and they're going to continue to happen, but you have to surrender to just allowing it to happen. Okay, it's so important for you to do that because it's a beautiful symphony. Okay, it's a symphony, and all these little components are playing together for you, for everything that you're asking for. So do not lose hope. Do not give up. Do not think it's not happening. Do not think that whatever you're asking for is outside of the reach of what is possible. Okay, surrender to the wonder and awe of how this universe co-conspires with you, okay, with your intuitive action to create everything that it is that you're asking for. So keep taking baby steps. Baby steps make ripples, make waves, make tidal waves. Okay, little bitty pieces. And I want you to tell me how that resonates, because thank you. Seriously, we have so many of us that are doing such beautiful things for humanity, and we can't understand how it's going to happen for us. No worries. So surrender worry, pick up wonder. Okay, surrender worry, pick up wonder.
Serena is going to be another person that needs to be coached. And,
Yep.
you know, we have another coach in the thing, but, you know, I want to know, Serena, are you doing what is being asked of you? Because I see you a lot on the feeds. And I want to know, are you following what's being given to you? Now, I want you to look down, Pam, look down on your feed and look at all those ladybugs from this chick.
I know.
Okay, so
Thank you, April.
so we're gonna take Regina Longo next with the 50 million ladybugs. Talk about something if that's what it takes.
All right, where's Regina? I don't see Regina.
Look at all these ladybugs she put on here for you.
Oh my God, I have to scroll up, guys. I don't even think it's gonna let me. Boo! But every time I come out of meditation, there's a ladybug there, and I'm in North Carolina, and it's cold, so I don't know where these ladybugs are coming from, but.
Now, Serena says she says that every day, one step at a time. So, guys, I see you joining the feed. April, shout out to you from Pam and I. Pam says thank you very much. She's shuffling for Regina Longo. For you guys out there, if you want some insight to your life, go to BestPsychicSource.com and register. By registering alone, you will receive $10. And that $10 will allow you to get a call. As you can see, look what we can tell you in 5 minutes. Okay? This is where we are today. So go to Best Psychic Source, register. If you want a little tidbit, a little something, a little snacky today, register on BestPsychicSource.com. They see someone in the feed asking, where do I register? So guys, post where they can register. Register on BestPsychicSource.com. Like the page, Best Psychic Source, so you know when Pam and I are up to something, when we're doing something. Okay? Register, and then let us know you're ready and you're next. Right now, we're going to take Regina Longo with the 50 million ladybugs.
And you know what's so ironic is that because there were 50 million of them, it's too far up in my feed to see them. But Regina, thank you. I feel them, and I appreciate you. You know, and as I pull your card, remember, guys, when we suggest coaching, it's because transformation is not overnight. My transformation was not overnight.
Mm-hmm.
It's a process. But the difference is, as opposed to me doing it by myself and it taking some time, we're able to now turn around and not expedite, but guide you through it so that it happens much more fluidly in such a supportive environment. You know, we're able to incorporate love with wisdom and light, and directness, okay, directness, so that you can get right to the nitty-gritty of your transformation because it's something that you've been wanting for so long. So, Regina, what do you need to surrender in 2018?
Time to give it up. Give it up.
Oh, Miss Regina. See, it happens every time. Like, surrender to unhealthy relationships.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh,
We're going to church today. We're going to stay on this for a little bit. Wait a minute. This is for Regina Longo with the 50 million ladybugs. Pam, please read that to. Let's do it how they do it in church back in the day. You be the preacher, I'll be the deacon. What? Surrender
to unhealthy relationships.
Oh, hallelujah. What? What did it say again?
Okay, let it go. Let go of relationships that do not serve you, Regina, what? Including unavailable or toxic people. Okay? You deserve. Did you hear it? Did you feel it? Did you feel it? You deserve to be treasured. Feel what that feels like. You know what it feels like. You deserve to be treasured by others and be surrounded by positive people. I want you to let that sit, Regina. This is one of those messages that makes a person cry, okay? And I can feel you. I feel it. And I'm always the person that's going to tell you that you deserve it. And you don't know me from a can of paint, at least not in this lifetime. Okay?
So let's read that to you one more time, because you're making my job.
I certainly will. Because Regina, guess what? You're not the only one.
Read it to her one more time. Make my life easy. Come on, read that card.
Surrender, Regina, surrender. Unhealthy relationships. Let go of relationships that do not serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. The key word, I know you hear it, Regina. Unavailable, okay? You deserve to be treasured by someone else. And I'm telling you this because it's available to you. If this person is not available, they're not supposed to be available. And it's not necessarily because of a relationship. People are sometimes unavailable because they're doing their own inner work.
That's right.
Everybody is doing inner work. So just because they are not interested does not mean you are less than. Okay? It does not mean you are less than. It just means that they have something to do on their side of the fence, and you don't deserve to wait. Because what you want, the love that you want, is waiting for you. But if you're standing at a door that is closed like this, waiting for it to open, you're not able to see the window that's giving you this breath of fresh air to your right.
Amen.
Okay? And how long did it take to give her that message?
It hasn't been 5 minutes, so you guys know we got what you need today. Now, Regina, my love, my friend, she's gonna kill me on Thursday, but I don't care.
She said she's feeling it, though. She said she's feeling it.
To us and let us know if that hits home with you. Has Pamela,
hey, Deidre.
Has she hit a home run out the park? Out the park, Pam. I can tell you hit it out the park. Out the park.
Boop, hands up.
All right. So as we're waiting for Regina to respond, I'm going to say hello, and I'm going to introduce you to a dear friend of mine. Her name is Isabel Maw, Pam. She runs the Mum Metaphysical Universal Ministries Church in Allentown, and twice a year they give an expo in Allentown, and they have about 4,000 people who come through, and she has been a spiritualist all her life. They were raised as spiritualists. I mean, she's been to seances where a spirit, 10,000 pounds of spirit, stepped on her foot because she was hard-headed and didn't want to move her foot. So, Pam, I'd like to introduce you to my spiritual mom who's in the feed. Her name is Isabel Maw from Allentown. Thank you for
Namaste. Namaste. And I'm so happy that you introduced me, because guess where Pam is from? Philly. Yeah. Philly. And I totally plan on being at a lot of the events of Lightwork up there this coming year. You know, I was almost at one at Oaks, PA, and I didn't know how many events were going on in PA right around hometown.
I'm hoping that you will try to join the Mum, and that you'll come and be at BestPsychicSource.
Oh, I sure will. I sure will. You give me a date and I will be there.
We were mobbed, and I will get that to you along with when you're going to start coaching your circles. You know, I got you. I got you. Don't you worry. So with that being said,
Regina said, boom. Did you see it?
I see it. Okay. She said boom, and she said yes, in unhealthy relationships with things as well as people.
Can you imagine how much space that takes, Regina?
And it was less than 5 minutes, guys. So I see you guys are still out there. Please register on BestPsychicSource.com. Okay.
Tiffany, I gotta give a shout out to Tiffany. She's been syncing up with me, Miss Tiffany, and I see you here now. And I would encourage you to also go ahead and register, because I'd love to pull another card for you. You are awesome. There's so many people out here that have gifts and know it, and they don't understand or embrace their power yet. You know what I mean? They're not embracing their power. They're not embracing their intuition. They're not, you know what I mean? And
We have that covered. We are going to help them embrace their power and their intuition and help them manifest it into the real world, because we're going to do some spiritual coaching groups at BestPsychicSource.com, and we are going to give you $10 just from registering on Best Psychic Source. So we're doing all sorts of things. And if you're interested in coaching spiritually in a group, just place your name in the feed. And right after the show, you guys have some time to sit with Pam and get some questions answered. There's some people that I have said you need to sit with her to go deeper, and I will go back to the feed and remind those people. So one thing I want to ask before we go on to the next person, what are you reading right now? Because a lot of times, you know, I speak to other readers and spiritualists, and sometimes they think, oh, I'm already psychic, but you need to put more water in. You need to keep filling yourself. So are you reading or listening to or doing anything interesting right now that you want to share?
As far as filling my well, honestly, I've been doing so much inner work. It doesn't make any sense. I've been taking the cosmic point of view to see why I am where I am. And the inner work has been heavy meditation, but that's only because Pammy has never really committed to meditation before.
What about breathing, Pam? Because we're not meditation people. We're breathing.
Right.
So
that's right.
I'm just going to say, what about breathing? That might be a little bit better, you know, because meditation is not our thing, but breathing will help you calm your mind down so that.
Yes, completely. And when I shifted my perspective, because people hear meditation and they're completely like, oh my God, can I do that? Oh my God, can I do that? And I was one of those people.
Well, but the cell phone and stuff, that's not your issue. That's not you. But the average person, that's a lot of people's issue. They don't want to hear what's going to be said when you're quiet. You know, all those things that, you know, that lower chakra stuff from the first to the third chakra, what other people said, did, and all these things that happen, those are the things that are going to come up. But it's just you and I are different. We need more oxygen in our body, so we need to breathe anyway. Right. Get it?
And up your intake.
Out of our elements, for Pam and I, one of our strongest elements is water and air, which is H2O. And we are working on earth now, which is the manifestation of Earth Mother and stuff like that. So I can safely say that because I know that about the two of us.
Yep. So the deep breath, that's how I had to embrace it though. I said, I will not meditate. I'm just going to sit here and I'm just going to be. I'm just going to feel my breath. I just want to feel my life force.
Way. So what I normally say is to bring it up from Earth Mother, almost like water.
Yes.
Blow it out that way. That is a good way for us to connect, and it will help your telepathic side. The other thing I did this weekend, Kim and I went to get a massage. I got the Tweenay, which brings more oxygen.
Excuse me, I need to come to Allentown then.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm putting it out, okay? And then I got the cupping done. You know?
Ooh.
Yes, it was actually awesome.
Was it? It didn't burn?
No, it was actually nice. Now I have 50 million cups on my back. I just laying here like, huh. But no, I you know, but it gave me more energy. I hit the gym on Monday, and instead of wanting to choke my trainer out, I was up in there.
You were like, all right, I'm ready for today. Let's go.
Circles on my back. I was like, okay. I was like, it could. But those are just things that help, you know, with us, because
self-care is everything. Everything.
Singing Kumbaya is not a thing for me and Pam. We just have to breathe. So let's get.
Yes, you looked like me yesterday. I was like, just breathe.
That's right. Otherwise, if I didn't breathe, it would be a DMX song. Y'all gonna make
move, block, Get out the way. Get out the way.
Oh no. All right.
The lights out. Okay, seriously. See? Breathe. Breathe.
Yes, Sarah says we need Pam and John Red Eagle to move here. We absolutely do. I love doing
Tammy's on her way. All you tell Sarah
that
it is being synced up. Okay, it's being synced somehow, and that's not for me to determine. Okay.
But I missed someone here, and I want to get her because she's new.
Oh, Tiffany. Tiffany, did you like the page as well while she catches up with the other person?
Yes. Make sure you like the page and register. Now, Christina Cordova. Are you still out there, Christina Cordova? Let me make sure I'm saying her name right.
Yeah, she said, will I ever get a card? We sorry.
Christina Cordorso. I'm just saying your name wrong. I'm sorry, Christina Dorso.
I was like, I don't see no B, but I'm going to let it ride, okay?
So you can have a card. And if we missed anyone, jump on to BestPsychicSource.com. Seraphis is working it. John Red Eagle is on. Pam's going to be on in a few after we finish having our fun. Whoop! But fun for, Christina, your card
fell out. Two of them. All right, and it's like a whole mystery every time.
When you're a patient, cards just fall out the deck for you, but you have two cards. So tell us what cards are saying for Christina.
Now, you heard what Maxie said. She said, when you're what? Patient, right? Yes. Patient is only a byproduct of us having to deal with time. So your first card is surrender to trust. Trust. Doubt breeds in a disbelief. Asking too much. Asking over and over. If your intent is not in the right place, breeds disbelief. Okay? So the card says, trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed. Repeat, let's rewind. Trust yourself and your decisions.
Well,
don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about you.
Now say that again, because that is a problem with a lot of people. And I tell them all the time, it is none of your business what other people think and say about you. And that's something Isabel used to say to me all the time. She said,
that's right.
It's none of your business what people think and say about you. So repeat that again for her. And let us know, Christina, but I can tell you she does have trust issues. Okay, and we got to get to the bottom of them. We got to get to the bottom of this.
Trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do or you. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. That who has chosen the right path? That you have chosen the right path.
Now say it again. Trust, Christina. Trust. Now, Christina,
look at your other card, Christina. Christina, look at your other card that comes right after when you decide to trust.
Whoa.
Surrender to miracles. Because that miracle has already happened is what you don't understand. The miracle has already happened. You have to meet it. You have to get out of your own way. Because as long as you're in this place of not trusting, you're not allowing. Okay? You're not receiving.
This reminds me of, the end of The Color Purple when they're in the church and they're singing, God's trying to tell you something.
Yes.
He's just throwing the cards on the floor. Look,
they just popped out.
But that's
okay.
No matter what your question is, I said Pam is going to tell you what Spirit says. Okay,
that's right.
We all have a different name, hierarchy, Spirit, God, but it's kind of funny. And Christina's out there. She's like, "Whoa,
that's her favorite movie." Oh! Whoop, whoop. And look.
This for order.
John followed up. He said, feminine moon energy, water and dolphins. Like the feminine is all around us, guys. And you already know what you want to do. I don't care if you need this person's financial support. And they, they're less inclined or who, like whatever this person's or thing's situation is, even if it's your whole family. Welcome to the club of people whose families might not like the way they're doing things. I don't care. It's not their journey, it's mine. It's your journey, okay? Trust yourself. But once again, you may need spiritual counseling, and that's okay because these things about trust are deep.
But she registered, so we're going to help you. And a lot of people who are looking for spiritual coaches, I see your name in the feed. Keep putting your name in the feed. We are going to start a spiritual coaching circle online. And we're going to get you taken care of. For those people who are looking for where you need to register, please go to BestPsychicSource. I'm going to go until 12:30. It's 12:22, so we are a little over, but we're having fun, so it's all good.
Yes, y'all know I love to talk.
8 more minutes, and then, so in 8 minutes, Pam and I, we can get a lot done, okay? We like the Wonder Women of psychic ability. Wonder Woman. And yes, April Wells, we brought up The Color Purple, but that was our readers' favorite movie, so that's a good thing. So I'm going to say, I have to say, in that movie, Pam, what is your favorite part?
Honestly, it was a part with Oprah where she did something that I can't forget. I think it's after she got hit or was injured. And she can't, I can't remember. It was something that she did that people weren't expecting her to do because her attitude was always ill. Like she was this angry Black woman the whole first beginning of the movie. And something happened that humbled her. And that for me as a child, because that's when the movie came out, I was a whole kid. That for me moved me. It moved me. I think it was some kind of violence that happened to her. Like I can't remember, but
it was.
She moved beyond it. She moved beyond it.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. And it just gives us the ability to know that we can move beyond whatever is in our way. And thank you for validating that we were on point, Christina, and that was your favorite movie. So, Leslie, yes, you have to register and you have to share and like the page, and you're next.
So Tiffany registered, right? I think that was way up.
Let's get Tiffany.
Tiffany Mitchell, are you still here, darling?
Let's see if she's here, but let's give her what she needs.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Surrender to inner peace.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to ask, and especially our young lady that you're pulling for, how does one surrender to inner peace? How does that happen? How do we move through the turmoil?
The easiest way and most simplest way I can say it, because a lot of people think they have to reach outside of themselves to create peace. Mm-hmm. They have to do something with someone or whatever the case is. You have to fill up with self-love first. Mm-hmm. When you cultivate, and that's what the card says, when you cultivate this peace on a daily basis, it becomes who you are. Mm-hmm. That stillness, you start to enjoy life because you know that everything is okay. You know that everything is working out the way it's supposed to. But you don't know those things unless you know yourself. You do not know yourself unless you are filled. Like I said in my live video yesterday, Tiff, you have to be capped off with self-love. You have to keep pouring it into yourself. So that's the nurturing that we're talking about. Like maybe you take care of other people. Maybe you take care of a whole lot of other people. Maybe you even are obligated to take care of some folks. But you still have to you have to cultivate that peace inside of oneself to say, I love me, I give myself time, and I have that time for myself to love myself. That's going to bring you a peace that you can't imagine.
So I'm going to ask Tiffany a question. Tiffany, what is the struggle about surrendering to inner peace? What is stopping you from your point of view? Because yes, we are telling you what you need to do, but from your point of view, what is stopping you from surrendering to inner peace? And a lot of you other guys out there, what is stopping you? What is stopping you on your journey? And I see you guys posting BestPsychicSource.com is where you register to receive your $10. As you can see, in 5 minutes, we can shake your world up. Just shake it. Shake it like a pony.
I was thinking shake it like a salt shaker, but okay.
Take it like something. But 5 minutes, $10 will give you. Stop. I can't look at you. I just can't. I cannot. I cannot.
Look, she says, yes, that's something that I'm working on. I am a caretaker of my mom and my grandma and 4 kids. I take care of so many people and try to make them feel comfortable and happy in life that I forget about myself. But you cannot make them happy or comfortable if you are not happy or comfortable. They don't get the best of you. No. Especially if, go ahead.
You're absolutely right. And people don't see that. It's like you're giving them 50%.
That's right. That's right.
First. And you know, for me, it's the red road. It talks about me eating first. I eat first. So I'll take a bite, pass it to Pam, so forth and so on. And that way I'm full so that I can help Pam. It's like even when you get on the airplane, what do they say to you? Put your mask on first. And
that's right.
Other people.
I was on a plane like, for real? Okay, but honestly, that's the best thing that you can do, especially since you're in a position where you might have to do it. You can be a better source of support and care for them if you are a better source of support and care for yourself. So that means you will have to schedule time for you, just for you, even if it's to do nothing. That's why they said be still. Invite that music in. Invite something that makes your heart sing in, maybe for an hour a day. Do you see what I'm saying? You have to give it to yourself because otherwise you're giving less than you to everyone who needs you. You are your priority.
And 100%. I'd like to say welcome to my spirit sister, Catherine Mitchell, who just wrote a book.
Welcome to the author club. We got jackets.
Okay. And so I'm ignoring John Red Eagle, who says I stole one of his phrases.
And as you guys can see, once again, that took less than 5 minutes just to provide clarity in a way that creates a shift. Mm-hmm. A shift.
And it's just surface. We're just giving you guys surface things. Please have the courage to go deeper. You know, I was reading about the millennials and how we want instant gratification, and we're talking about the kids. It's the adults too. We're so busy swiping left, we're ghosting people, we're running, we're dating like it's a fast food chain or a revolving door. We're not working on our relationships that we do have. We are jumping into our insecurities and all these things. You know, earlier I touched on what we're reading out there, what we're doing. Are we healing our wounds? This is the winter time. This is a time to go within, to
That's right.
Go inside, and you know, to look at yourself. Are you pointing the finger at other people? Do you not know that the thumb is pointing at you, saying that you are the master of this circus? And if you don't like the ride, you know, point in another direction. What are you guys out there doing? Are you taking the information that we're giving you today and doing something that will push you or catapult you forward? Are you writing down everything we say so that when you hang up, you're going to put it on your mirror and say, this is what I'm going to manifest? Or are you still waiting for Santa Claus to come and give you a gift? You can't have expectations and want to manifest stuff and think that it's going to be given to you on a silver platter. That's not how.
No. Inner work. It's called inner work. Okay?
Look at Jesus Christ. When he walked this planet, he worked. He had to give up something huge so that you don't have to do that anymore. Okay? Take what is being given to you today and go out and make changes. I talk to people all the time. They read books. read all these awesome books. The universe has your back, and all these things. But what are you doing with that
Yes.
information when you put that book down? Does your next conversation hold something that you've learned from that book? Does your next baby step hold something that you've learned from that book? What are you doing? Please tell Pam and I today. We're going to pick another person. Even though it's 12:32, we're going to pick one more person. And then you guys who have registered and shared, you have your $10. You have Pam on. You have Seraphis on. You have John ready to go. We are timing what we're saying. It takes us less than 5 minutes to give you what you need. And not about what you need to hear. You need to do something with what we are saying.
Yes,
Okay?
absolutely.
Spirituality is mind, body, and spirit. It means your mind, your body, and your spirit, your thoughts, your words, your deeds. Get out and do something. Okay, your
The
master.
favorite analogy that I love is you want to win the lottery, but you didn't go buy the ticket. Okay, you want to be
My best
given.
friend bought a ticket. How you winning?
You cannot ask for something and not move towards it.
Mm-hmm.
And moving means experiences in life, waking up and making better choices about how you're handling the lessons that are facing you throughout your day. Okay, and understand that when we say spiritual counseling, that's not something that you just need. The mass majority of the population is going to be moving into a spiritual counseling. Okay, a lot of our generation has rid ourselves of this karmic debt, and we still don't know what to do with ourselves. We don't know who we are. You don't know where your light sits. Okay, and that's why we help you find it and project it and be it. I help you find it. I don't find it for you because I already see it. Okay, I help you find it.
Now I'm going to give you Nicole Jackson. I said one, but I'm going to try to squeeze everybody in. And these are just surface things, guys. As soon as we end broadcast, please go to BestPsychicSource.com. You have already registered, and you can go deeper. So Nicole Jackson is next.
I'm on it. I'm on it, Nicole.
I can't.
Ooh.
I just can't.
Another gifted soul. Surrender to your intuition. See that eye? That's your universe. Look at that. You, first of all, it's time to tune into your inner voice. Be aware of any gut flashes, any gut feelings, any knowings or aha moments. So you're asking for something, you're asking for a shift, you're asking for a change in your life, you're asking for something to move from the old and the new. Luckily, the universe has already co-conspired for the old to fall away. Okay, so now you have to follow your inner knowing, those inner voices, those signs that you're seeing, and not just this would be the equivalent to the trust, but you kind of already have the answers. Mm-hmm. They're already being presented to you, and guess what? You see them. Okay.
You're right, Nicole is medium. But with that, Nicole, I'm going to, again, after this broadcast, please jump online and chat with Pam. Because Nicole said, wow. So, Nicole, invest in a pendulum. And if you don't know how to use one of us will show you. But
I have one. Oh, yes.
Stop asking the same question over again. Whatever your pendulum says, just, okay, let's keep it moving. Okay?
That's right.
So, also, I want to jump on. Yes, she said it's kind of scary. Then Nicole, join us in our spiritual coaching group. Join us in that spiritual coaching group. Okay.
I love you guys. You're awesome, everybody out there.
Deidre. I think I'm saying it right. Deidre.
Deidre Washington.
Detmere, Washington.
You are spunky. Deidre's spunky. All right, hold on. She's got like some fiery energy. Hold on. All right, Deidre. Thank you for registering. Thank you for liking the page.
Say this, Loretta will be the last one because I kept seeing Loretta's name pop up. So anybody that we don't get a chance to get to after Loretta, please go to Best Psychic Source. Seraphis, Pam, John Red Eagle, Matthew Thomas. A lot of people are signed on. If you have already registered, let me see those hearts, or let me see your hands, as they say in the club. Put your hands up, put your hands up.
Don't get me started, Max. You're going to make me come to Allentown now. Okay?
Let's see those hands. Register with Best Psychic Source. This is a party, a life party for you, okay? Because even when we give you information on Best Psychic Source, you can always message us and say, hey, this is what's going on. I need to talk to you right now. Get in it. Let's go. So now we're going to do Deidre. You're welcome, Deidre. And the last person is going to be Loretta.
Loretta.
So let's do the Fire Queen. Let's do Deidre.
Check her out, though, Max. Check her out. Look what came back out.
Oh, my God, it's fire.
It's also surrender to unhealthy relationships.
But you know what? This is it. Look at the colors. It's her root chakra.
Yep.
You know, and I'm sorry, Deidre, but since you put your name in there, it's your root chakra. Okay, you're doing stuff with your root chakra you should not be. It's your second chakra. Your communication, your connection, your passion, sex. Okay. And,
oh my God, I was going to say that.
Okay. So it's your all three lower chakras that you're living with right now, and that you need to stop.
You need to talk to me. You need to talk to me.
Because
you need to talk to me.
1, 2, 3, those three chakras need to be rebalanced, recalibrated, and
yeah. I'm going to say that. I'm not going to read the card over because it's not about unhealthy relationships with other people. It's you and yourself.
That's right.
That's exactly right. And
behavior that is in the past and not so hard in the present, but you're going to jump into that unhealthy behavior in the future. So immediately after this, after we do Loretta, don't pass go. Please, 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 please go talk to Pam, because I can see something.
You need to reach out. You need to reach out because I was there.
Yeah, you need
I was absolutely there.
Coming in those three chakras that you're not going to be able to get away with. Or
that's right.
If that makes any sense.
You have an untapped goddess. Let's just say that. You have an untapped feminine divinity, to feminine prowess. And when you move through certain stages, you start to love yourself differently, but in that same sensual capacity. You understand? And you're talking to somebody who went through that, very much so the same. So I would love that. I would say is more than a reading. You know, that's another transformation. Right. You know what I mean?
Right after this show, please hook up with her, because what she has to tell you is extremely private, Deidre. So we're trying to tiptoe around something that is major that you have to take care of. So we're tiptoeing around something major. Please, 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 please make sure you talk to her, register, and do what you have to do. Loretta, you're next and last.
All right.
Leslie.
Last but certainly not least.
I'm going to put out the information for the spiritual coaching class. I am going to take care of that today. Also, Nicole, thank you for saying we're fun to watch. Stacy Lewis Smith, because I've been buzzing around the house and come back to the studio, and you guys are still going. You guys are so much fun. We're going to jump in.
And Deidre, I'm glad. I knew it would resonate without saying everything that needs to be said, because we are all reflections of one another in essence. We're all little tiny reflections of one another. So I understand completely, babe.
But I am going to encourage her to jump on and talk to you, because you have some major, major things. It says, Matthew, says, oh my God, yes, a woman's intuition is bona fide superpower. Thank you, Matthew. So,
John said, what about me?
Guys, there are a lot of you who need energy work. Please jump on and get your energy work from John Red Eagle right now. Okay? So John, Matthew, Seraphis, Pam, all of these guys will be out there in a few minutes to help you out.
Oh, okay, Loretta.
What about John too? So let's do Loretta. Loretta is our last person. I just wanted to address all you guys that are posting about the spiritual coaching. We're going to do that online, and I will get that information to you, and we'll have the classes, and it'll be a convenient time so that you guys can integrate and get to where you need to be spiritually and evolve. I promise, promise, promise.
And don't feel any type of way because you need, it's not like a psychiatrist, okay, guys? I know when you hear counseling, you hear a stigma, okay? That's not what it is anymore. You deserve to have yourself again. And so that's what we're helping. We're helping people have themselves and enjoy themselves and their lessons with perspective and shift. It's clarity. It's not the same as therapy, okay? It's transformation. It just has this title of counseling to it because that's literally what we're doing for you. We're supporting you and helping you with your transformation. So do not feel like, oh my God, I have to go to spiritual counseling and it has a stigma on it. No, if you're ready to change your life, okay, if you're ready to change your life and be everything that you feel like you are on the outside, inside, and see it come to life on the outside, that's why you're going to do it. It's an inner standing, as my goddess sister Alanisa would say. It's an inner standing as opposed to an understanding. Okay? So, Loretta, last and finally, not least, you most amazing person. Oh, hold on, pause button.
I have a post from a Joe, and I want to give him time to get back to me. I have a post from a Joe Walters. In other words, nut job. I'm not sure what you mean, Joe Walters, but let Pam and I know what you mean by that.
What did he say?
He said, in other words, nut job. I'm not sure what he means by that. But let us help you, Mr. Walters, because Pam and I can definitely help you today. So let us know what you mean by
For sure.
Joe Walters. Let us know what you mean. In other words, nut job! Exclamation point, and we can help you out there.
Sure.
All right. So Loretta, while we're waiting for Mr. Walters, if you dare, sir, please come back and let us know what you mean.
Loretta, surrender to stubbornness.
Whoa!
Okay. Look, okay, it's we've all been there.
And
We've all been there.
yeah, get some Reiki on your hips, Loretta. Jesus.
So if you're tensing up, Loretta, or you're taking a rigid stance, aka being stubborn about something, gently observe yourself and become more yielding. This will help you communicate more loving with your others and yourself. So you might not want to do what everybody else wants you to do. And that's okay. But when they say gently observe yourself, I want you to know that whatever everybody else wants you to do might be coming from a place of love, even though their delivery is not
good.
Right. Their delivery is not like how, we would deliver it, for example. Do you see what I'm saying? But everybody is not coming from a place of security in themselves either. So
let's ask Loretta something, because this is going to manifest into something physical. Loretta, she says, I am so stubborn. Loretta, please tell us why you're stubborn, because you're holding yourself up on your life path and your destiny. You're following your heart.
No, I'm talking about, is that card really for you?
No, I'm going to say this. My spiritual brother, John Red Eagle, and his name is John Red Eagle. As of last night, 12 midnight, John's name has been changed by the Great Eagle. Okay? So my brother's name is now John Raven Wolf. Okay? Because that's what happens in the native culture. Spirit will change your mantle, and he will tell you, and the coyote will come, which coyote came to John last night. And right before the meeting dispersed in Spirit Land, he said, your name is now John Ravenwolf. And so my brother sends me a message this morning. What does that mean? Oh, you know what it means. Your name is no longer John Red Eagle. It's John Raven Wolf. Okay? That's where you are. Your mantle has been changed. You are shifting.
That is so interesting that you say that, because I have been given my name. And it's not to be announced yet, but it's coming, and it's coming, and it comes with transformation, guys. There are levels to us. We are so multidimensional. We are a beautiful universe.
That is the thing. My brother is so used to being John Red Eagle. He is now John Raven Wolf. And as of 12 midnight, so he sends me a message this morning, and I had to laugh about it because I knew it was coming. But that's what's going on today between me and my brother. His name has been changed. But I'm still Shiny Bear Woman. Shiny Bear.
I want one. What I gotta do? Come to PA to get one?
You already know. You already have your first name. I gave that to you this morning. You have 2 more.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So Loretta did say yes, she's stubborn. And
But
I'm the same way, Loretta. But when you know, it's different. If you know that what they're asking you to do is really, really beneficial to yourself, you just need to drop how they're delivering it and receive it with love. Okay, observe. That's why they said gently observe yourself. They're not blaming you. They're not criticizing you. They're giving you a message, much like I would, except because it's not coming from a pure vessel of love, it's not being delivered that way. Do you see what I'm saying? No, so trust that source gives you the message.
Yeah, Loretta says that she is a bear and a wolf. And let me just say this to you, Loretta. Bear energy and wolf energy, you have to be disciplined. I'm going to put a picture on here after we get off. On my wall in my office, there is a picture of a bear and a wolf. Bears have to function with 4 chambers: care, honor, integrity, and compassion. Stubborn, none of that works with bear energy. Okay, wolf is about teaching. You cannot be a great teacher if you're going to be stubborn. So please see Pam about this, because Pam can help you with that wolf energy. Your bear and your wolf, you are fighting against them.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And in order for you to move forward in life, you have to fight against them. 2018 is going to be difficult if you continue to fight with your bear and your wolf. I mean, and those are 2 animals you can't really, right? You know,
go ahead and try. Go ahead and try.
Like, who would do that?
I'd be surprised. My sister said she would wrestle an alligator. I was like, never.
You can't even run from an alligator. Let's don't wrestle him. And alligators keep their children in the safest place possible, in their mouth. How are you going to wrestle with an alligator? How are you going to be stubborn with a bear or a wolf? Because you're going wherever they tell you. You can't even run from them. You can't run in a tree.
That's right.
Again, Loretta, please get with Pam so she can help you out. Thank you guys for joining us today. It has been a wonderful, wonderful,
I had so much fun with you guys.
Fun. Thank you guys, all of you guys who have registered today. Thank you for the comments. And Loretta says, okay, I have trouble feeling my energy, please. Past 3 months since I lost my baby grandson. I understand, Loretta. Please get with Pam, register, which you have registered, and we can help you there. You need some really deep grief counseling.
And we do have other resources. Like, all of us have a specialty. We have one who, what's her name, who deals with grief work. What's her name?
Debbie Zambito.
That's right.
A lot of resources on this show for you. So, like I said, you can reach out to Pam for your stubbornness. You definitely need to, because if anybody can tell you about being stubborn, it's our girl, Pam.
I'm a whole Scorpio, okay?
You have to reach out to a grief spiritualist, and we have Debbie Zambito online. Also, leave her a message and get with her. And guys, thank you for registering. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for hanging out with us. If you want more of the super, super awesome Pam and all of her lovely energy, please go to BestPsychicSource.com, tag your friends, and have them join us there too. It's an all-day party. And
share us. Don't hoard us. Share us.
All you guys who have posted about the spiritual coaching circles, I am going to get back with you about that. That's one. And for books and all that other great stuff that we've talked about today, I will be on it. I'll have it to you no later between now and Sunday, more than likely before then. If your name is in the feed for the spiritual coaching, please post your name in the feed. If you're trying to develop your gifts, post it in the feed. We have you covered. Pam is going to be online with John Red Eagle and a lot of other awesome guys. Thank you for joining us. Let us see those red circles. Thank you, Pam.
So, you guys are beautiful.
We had a great time. Thank you.
Move, block. Get out the way. Get out the way, block. Get out the way.
That is going to be our theme song today. And thank you for helping so many light souls move those initial blocks. But you guys can go deeper, meet her online. Look at all the lovely red circles. We love
Oh,
you.
hey, I can't see it. Aw, thank
God, you're
you.
so amazing. Love you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I send that love as well, you guys. We send you guys love every day. Every day we send you love. Yes.
So with that being said, join us. Join us next Wednesday for our next featured psychic on Best Psychic Source. And tomorrow, please join Michelle and I as we will be teaching on YouTube, and we may be calling on a friend. Yay! So thank you for joining us, and we have so many great things to do together. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Have a
Cannot wait.